Hey folks, Andy Strachan here from the Living End, and you are currently watching the Spotlight Report.
Hi Andy,
Hi.
thank you so much for joining Spotlight Report today on this, pretty soggy
Very
Sydney
soggy.
Saturday.
It's crazy, isn't it?
It is. I had the immense pleasure of actually catching you in Melbourne yesterday.
Oh, did you?
Yes,
Oh, good.
I've been doing the double.
Right.
And a little bit sunnier,
Yeah.
much sunnier when you guys were playing.
Yeah, well, it wasn't raining like it is now.
Yes, absolutely, which is always helpful.
Yeah.
In my opinion, the Living End put on one of the best performances of the day, hands down.
Thank you.
And it was an enormous turnout on stage one.
Yeah.
So the biggest of all. What was preeminent to me, and I think probably yourselves looking out on all of it, was the immensely cross-generational turnout.
Yeah.
I'm actually good mates with your photographer yesterday, Justin White, and he had the pleasure of showing me some beautiful shots.
Yeah.
You looking out onto that, how did that feel, and what did it mean to see such a huge and diverse crowd?
It was amazing. I don't think we've played to that many people since probably the last time we played that exact venue for a big day out before COVID, before COVID and before Big Day Out got defunct, life changed so much after COVID, and it was like, oh, that's what it should look like. And then you also mentioned the cross-generational sort of age gap. It was insane. It was like the average age, I thought, down the front was 25 to 30 or so, and we've been doing a lot of festivals where it's a much older crowd, so it was so cool. And to see, sometimes you sort of catch eyes with, there's a mum and a daughter, or
That was exactly what I was thinking.
yeah. So I noticed quite a lot of that yesterday, and there was one really cool chick down the front row who was air drumming the whole way, so I made sure I came down and gave her my sticks. And there was a lot of really beautiful sort of interactions with the crowd. But yeah, like you pointed out, it was a pretty healthy sort of age group.
Yeah.
And just to see that sort of magnitude again, literally as far as your eye could see, there was people, and a few moments where everyone was yelling and screaming at the same time. It was pretty epic.
Yeah. I was standing off to the side watching it all unfold, and it was just like so magnificent. And then you actually referenced it there a little bit, so that's a very lovely segue for me. Also yesterday, in addition to the amazing diversity of your crowd and the absolute hugeness of it, like, it was overwhelming.
Yeah, it was.
It's been a long time since I've been, probably since last Good Things, in a huge crowd like that, especially, in the afternoon midsection.
I kind of felt like we had the spot,
Yeah,
that sort
I
of
reckon you did too.
3 o'clock, everyone's still sort of, they've still got enough energy. Oh, well, I didn't mean sober. They might be a little bit happy.
Yes,
but that's a good space to be in, and so there was a heap of energy coming back, which was amazing.
100%. Well, Chris actually referenced that energy during the End of the World.
Oh, yes.
When he looked out upon the amazing mosh that was going on. And he's like, look, crowd surfers. It's like we're in 1998 again.
It's
and you referenced it yourself in the previous question, how you've done a lot over your amazing life in the Living End, and played many festivals. So, with that in mind, and of course, if you can't remember quite all of them, that's fair enough. But do you have a favourite festival memory from 2-3 decades worth of going in Australia?
There's so many. But I think one that stands out for me was when Japan playing. I can't remember the name of the festival now, but it's huge. I can't remember the name. It's escaped me. But playing in for us foreign countries, I suppose, and you get on stage in somewhere like Germany or Sweden or whatever, and people are singing your songs back to you. It's that sort of blows my mind.
Yeah.
But again, big day out. There's been some moments where it's like, holy shit, like something's gonna happen. It's like there's so much energy going on, and so many people getting thrown around. It's like we hope no one gets hurt, and luckily, I don't think anyone's been killed or anything, which has happened in some horrible situations.
Yeah,
but,
definitely.
it's pretty insane. I think Big Day Out stacks up against most of those sort of big festivals around the world, but I reckon there's a band in Germany that we play with or have played with a lot called the Totenhosen.
Okay.
And that translates as the Dead Pants. And they're like the AC/DC of Germany. And they always take us out and say, we'll look after you and come on our tour. And you get there and 70,000 people. Literally 70,000 people in front of you. And one of the guys from the band will come up and introduce you, basically to say, treat these guys nicely. They're our friends. Don't, there's 70,000 people that really don't want to see anyone else but
them.
But we've just been welcomed by those sort of people, and then, having 70,000 people embrace you, it's pretty cool. So, like you said, we've done it. There's so many festivals, but I mean, there's 3.
Yep, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
that's pretty good indeed.
3 or 4.
Thank you. Well, I don't want to sneak attack you too much, but I have heard ruminations, and I just had to ask if I had the opportunity, which here we are. Would there happen to be a chance that there might be new music coming from the living end in the future?
Yes, there is a big chance of that happening. We have been recording things.
Amazing.
And it's good. Feels good. I mean, I think everyone had to sort of reset after the COVID thing, and you go, well, why and how? Everything. The landscape's so different now, and I think you need to look at when and how you release music in a completely different way. So we're taking our time, but it's pretty cool. We just did another session like last week, and we're just sort of trying to make it as sound like us, and not try and clean things up too much. I think that's what we've been guilty of in the past. There's studio band, and then there's the band on stage, and it's so hard to capture that energy. Yeah, I think so. So it's, that's the main objective. Yeah.
Awesome.
So new music.
Well, right. I'm very, very excited about that, and I hope that I wasn't stepping over my bounds. It's
not
just
at all. No.
It is. Even the festival yesterday, today as well, is a real expression of bands like yourself, or say the Butterfly Effect from here in Australia, that had their first curtain, half of, first act, 20 years ago, let's say.
Yep.
And now there is just such a ongoing resonance and relevance for your music. So
it's pretty cool. I think, and seeing the Jet Boys out and doing it again as well.
That's true. Yeah, absolutely.
We met them, I don't know, maybe 2003. I think we did this enormous tour around America and North America, and we watched them grow from the buzz band, and then all of a sudden they were the biggest band in the world for a short time when the earpods came out. Remember the iPhone?
Oh yes, I do.
The
advert.
And we were driving through.
Oh my gosh, there's a sense.
We're on the big tour bus, and you come into New York City, and there's this enormous billboard of that particular ad. So that just, from the start of that tour to the end, they just went from, as I said, sort of this, little hypey buzz band to this enormous, and they've just, took on the world really, and had a bit of time off, and now seeing them back
Yeah.
on the big stage yesterday, it's like, fuck, they're so good.
Yeah, it was.
And those songs stand up. So
Absolutely. The very same could be said for yourselves.
thank you.
Thank you so much for the music, past,
Yeah.
present, and emerging.
And emerging, yeah.
And thank you so much for your time today.
Pleasure.
Have a great set.
Yeah, thank you.